Well, breaking news out of Rocky Hill. The state is making an announcement on a homicide investigation out of Oxford.
Yes, let's go to that news conference right now.
Since this crime has occurred, I want to thank State's Attorney Margaret Kelly for her leadership and her persistence in this case. It was at State's Attorney Kelly's request that we called today's press conference. I really want to acknowledge the Connecticut State Police Western District Major Crime Squad for their untiring efforts into bringing the individuals who committed this really heinous act, right? There's no question, right, that we have a calculated, premeditated homicide of two young men. I want to also acknowledge the work of the Ansonia Milford State's Attorney's Office, the inspectors in the Office of the Chief State's Attorney for their dedicated work in this case. What many people around the state don't realize is the close coordination on investigations that the State's Attorney's Office at the local level, the Chief State's Attorney's Office, and the investigating agencies have. And in this particular case, we're dealing with the Connecticut State Police. We are committed to bringing the individual or individuals who committed this act to justice, into creating, or preparing rather, I think is the correct way to say it, the best possible case that would put the state in a position to achieve a conviction. In a moment, you're going to hear from State's Attorney Kelly, the Connecticut State Police, I think Rodney Valdez, Sergeant Valdez, Lieutenant Colonel Chris Fangeme, and family members representing both men who were killed and their families who have really displayed an incredible amount of strength and courage throughout this ordeal. Many of them are seated here today, and I just want to thank them for their patience. I know that it is difficult. The justice system, the wheels of justice move slowly. Investigations take time to put them together in the best possible posture for the Milford State's Attorney's Office to be in a position to achieve a conviction. So thank you again for being here today. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to State's Attorney Margaret Kelly. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief State's Attorney Griffin. Good morning. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Margaret Kelly. I am the State's Attorney for the Judicial District of Ansonia Milford. Joining me here today, in addition to the members of the Chief State's Attorney's Office, are members of the Connecticut State Police Western District Crime Squad, Supervisory Assistant Howard Stein and Inspector Warren Hyatt, both of my office, who have been working diligently on this case as well. On May 30th, 2024, the badly burned bodies of David Rivera and Carlos Omar Calderon were found on the side of the road near 708 Roosevelt Avenue in the town of Oxford. This is in the vicinity of the Stevenson Dam. They were discovered by Oxford firefighters within a burning vehicle, which was fully engulfed in flames in the very, very early morning hours on that day at approximately 4:10 a.m. in the morning. It's important to note that neither of these individuals had any connection to that location within the state of Connecticut. At the time of his death, David Rivera was just 36 years old and the father of two children, one of whom is here with us today. Rivera had been with his brother just hours before the homicides. Carlos Omar Calderon was 39 years old at the time and a father as well. For the last year and a half, David and Omar's families have had to endure this unimaginable loss, living through important family milestones without their father, son, brother, and loved one. Today we are joined here by family members of David Rivera. David's father, Joseph Rivera, is present. His mother, Carmen Muniz, his sisters, Gladys and Carmen Rivera, his daughter, Daviana Rivera, his aunt, Norma Molina, and his uncle, William Mendoza. We are here today because despite diligent and exhausting efforts, investigative efforts by the Connecticut State Police, these murders remain unsolved at this time. In an effort to continue moving this investigation forward, I am announcing that Governor Lamont has offered a reward in the amount of $50,000 in each of the cases to any individual who provides information leading to the arrest and conviction of David and Omar's killer or killers. Their families deserve to know what happened to their father, son, brother, and loved one. It's very important that the person or persons responsible for these deaths are arrested and brought to justice. We are asking for the public's help today so that this crime can be solved. We know that there are individuals out there who have information pertaining to this investigation who have yet to come forward. We want to emphasize that any information whatsoever may be useful and may provide the missing link necessary to resolve and to solve this case. Thank you again for being here. We are especially appreciative to the members of the press here today who can help us publicize this offer of reward and request for information to help us solve this crime. I would now like to introduce Connecticut State Police Sergeant Rodney Valdez of the Public Information Officer. Thank you.
Good morning. On May 30th, 2024, at approximately 4:10 a.m., Troop A in Southbury was advised of a vehicle fire on Roosevelt Drive in Oxford. The local fire department was also dispatched. Upon arrival on scene, a vehicle was found fully engulfed in flames. The fire was extinguished by fire personnel, at which point it was discovered that there were 2 deceased persons within the vehicle. Based upon these findings, members of the Western District Major Crime Squad responded to the scene and assumed the investigation. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner was notified and responded to the scene. The 2 descendants were subsequently transported to the OCME for further examination. Western District Major Crime Detectives, working in conjunction with the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner, positively identified the victims of the vehicle fire as David J. Rivera of Hartford, Connecticut, and Carlos O. Calderon of Hartford, Connecticut. As the investigation continued, the OCME determined that the victims' deaths were ruled as homicide. Western District Major Crime Detectives have continued to work every possible lead in this case, and the investigation remains active and ongoing at this time. Anyone with information pertaining to this case is asked to contact Detective Kevin Roberts of the Western District Major Crime Squad at 203-267-2200. That's 203-267-2200, or by email at kevin.roberts2, that's kevin.roberts number 2 at ct.gov. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant Valdez. Good morning. I am Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Fonjami, and I serve as the Commanding Officer of Field Operations for the Connecticut State Police. First, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Chief State's Attorney Patrick Griffin, Deputy Chief State's Attorney Lisa D'Angelo, and the Milford Ansonia State's Attorney Peggy Kelly for hosting us today to discuss this critical investigation. I also want to commend the Western District Major Crime Squad for their exemplary and thorough work. Under the leadership of Major Joseph Duva and Lieutenant Kyle Rapp, Major Crime Detectives have shown tireless dedication in pursuing justice for the Rivera and Calderon families. Our major crime squads across the state maintain the highest level of commitment and professionalism. We are here today to request the public's assistance. In partnership with the Ansonia Milford State's Attorney's Office, we are supporting a financial reward to information leading to an arrest and conviction in this case. Any tips or relevant information could prove invaluable to investigators. Often, members of the public may underestimate the importance of information they possess, but even seemingly small details can lead to significant developments or breakthroughs in the case. The Western District Major Crime Squad remains fully committed to thoroughly investigating every lead and to bring justice to those affected. Again, I thank you for your support, and again, thank you to the state's attorneys for having us and allowing us to be here today.
Thank you, Colonel Fanjamin. There are a couple of members of Mr. Rivera's family who would like an opportunity to speak today, and I'm going to introduce them. But I just want to share with you that the picture on the left is a picture of David Rivera. The picture on the right is Carlos Omar Calderon. And present with us today is Carmen Muniz, who's David Rivera's mother. And I know that she wanted to speak. So if okay, it's a...
I'm just gonna make this short. Yeah. I just want justice for David and Omar, from our family. We need closure. And whoever knows anything, please come forward. I got nothing to say. Okay. I don't know what she had. Deal.
Excuse me.
And this is William Mendoza, who's David Rivera's uncle.
Good morning. Today we come to you as a grieving family. We've been grieving for a year, seeking justice for David and for Omar, Carlos Calderon, two souls that were lost on that terrible day, May 30th of 2024. So today's gathering is to seek help from the community. We need your guys' help as well. It can't all be done by this great team that has put their effort forward. We need your help. Necesitamos la ayuda de todos ustedes en la comunidad para conseguir los culpables de la muerte de nuestra familia. Gracias.
Thank you, Mr. Mendoza. And as Chief State's Attorney Griffin indicated, this is truly a collaborative effort. The state police has been working tirelessly on this investigation, as has my office, with the assistance of the Chief State's Attorney's office. So please.
So we just took a quick peek into that news conference surrounding an investigation into the deaths of two men who were found dead in a burning car in 2024. And we just heard from Margaret Kelly, the appointed state's attorney for Ansonia and Milford. She says right now the murders remain unsolved at this point, and Governor Lamont has offered a $50,000 reward in each of those murders for anyone who can provide information leading to an arrest and conviction.
And those two men, that is 36-year-old David Rivera, and that is also 39-year-old Carlos Calderon. We heard from both of their families there. I mean, something I just took away was during that press conference, you heard one of the little kids from one of those men just sitting there laughing, doesn't know what's going on, just a little child. So very powerful to hear those families. The mom there held up a sign of her son. It's, yeah, very tough.
Yes, and you can hear the pain in their voices as they've had to endure living without their loved ones for this past year. And again, they are just calling for anyone who has any information. The members of the Major Crimes Unit from Connecticut State Police's Western District say, don't underestimate any information you may have. Any little bit of a lead can help them complete this investigation.
Anything helps, and we will continue to follow that story. But